Hello, everyone. Today I want to talk about the similarities between INTJs and INFJs. I've noticed them very much in literature and I guess movies and I guess characters in films and I guess in fiction areas. And the first thing I should say is you should listen and you should try to understand us. Um, as primary introverted intuition types, we sense and understand things at a very deep level, and we just know things. You cannot understand intuition. I don't know how to describe intuition 100% to you. It's just something that you just know. You just know things for some reason, and it's not like just like, oh yeah, here's exactly what I think. And see, it's so hard to describe that nobody can understand it. I can't fully understand it. I'm sure a lot of INTJs can't understand it. So it's very difficult. So we just know things. And doing that as our main personality point is that we know and love and understand something and completely get it, and no one else does, and everyone else is confused. And we just stick to it because we're judging. We just stick to it, judging time, stick to it, and like no matter what anyone says, we will listen and believe and do it and follow it like 100%. And that's totally me, like totally. So I want to talk about INTJs because I haven't really talked about them because I didn't understand them. Because most of the time, they're villains in a movie. And I didn't want to describe an INTJ who I thought was a villain. Like, they just are. They're usually the typical mad scientist thing, like, where they just, have this big master plan and try to, So, I've seen some good INTJs in movies. I saw Into the Woods last night with Meryl Streep, and Meryl Streep was the witch. And, one being the witch, obviously, like what I think of witches, people don't understand witches because they have crazy magic, they have crazy ideas. And she puts all the characters in this plot, this mastermind plot, to expose their weaknesses. She goes through this entire long thing to say, look how awful you are. Look that you will cheat, lie, cheat, steal, hurt someone else to get what you want. So INTJs oftentimes do talk about that. They do talk about how human nature is bad and you need to stay away from it, or you need to control it, or you need to do something with it. It was very interesting. So she just felt very misunderstood. If you've seen the previews even, she's singing to this child, like, be a child while you can because the world is so hard. So we introverted intuition types, we feel very misunderstood because we understand that people can do bad things. Like, we just know that because nobody understands us. So like, she gives warning signs to people. She definitely gives warning signs. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. Another INTJ I really enjoy and like, because I always thought they were bad, was Ripley from Aliens. And she's total, in the first Alien movie, like, things went wrong. Like people tried to, like, just do things. People became really emotionally weak. She just got detached from the situation, dealt with everything. Do not let the alien let go. Do not let it go. Like, she always says, look how powerful and crazy these things are. And no one listens to her. Ever. In the entire Alien series. Guess what happens when you don't listen to Ripley and Alien? The alien eats your fucking face. So, in every movie, like Alien 1, they don't listen to her, they die. Alien 2, they don't listen to her, they die. Alien 3, they don't listen to her, I watched the whole thing. It's very interesting because she's just like, this is completely obvious. This is a power that you can't understand. This is another species that will grow and kill you. What the hell? And people try to sell the species and make money off of it. So it's just it's kind of crazy too. And another interesting INTJ is, and it definitely, I saw the similarity between me and INTJs in this way. I can't remember his name, but the movie, the Imitation Game, and his name's Alan Parsons, something like that. And he basically created the computer. So during World War II, he built this machine that would crack the German Nazi code. And he built this machine, and he chose to do the new way. And no one understood. He built this giant machine in his head, built the machine, and for months and months and months and years, it didn't work. And then one day he found the code. It fucking worked. Nobody believed in him. Nobody listened to what he was saying, but he saved the war. I mean, he allowed the British to win that war, probably. So, I mean, in a lot of ways, because they could determine where the submarine boats were. So that's very powerful. No one understood what he was talking about. Nobody wanted to listen to him. Everyone thought he was crazy. He got called a socialist, a communist. Like, it's just not true. Like, he was definitely doing the right thing, and people get ostracized for that. INTJs and INFJs, we definitely get ostracized because we know nobody can understand what we're talking about. It's definitely very frustrating. And then one more INTJ I love from real life is Elizabeth Warren. If you don't follow politics or anything, she's a Democratic senator. I feel like she's like a Harvard law professor. She's fucking smart. She's really smart, and she's always like she just harps on the banks. Like, we deregulated the banks in the early 2000s, and guess what happened in 2008? Financial crash. They want to deregulate the banks again. She's like, no, do not deregulate the banks. You will lose your job. You will lose. Human nature will fuck up. Human nature will mess up. Listen to Elizabeth Warren. Do not deregulate the fucking banks, because human nature will fuck up. So, she definitely knows that, and people don't listen to her, and it's gonna happen again. There's probably gonna be another fucking economic collapse in 2018 or something, and it's not gonna be fun. Who wants to deal with that? I'm still dealing with the fallout 2008 crash. Like, I don't want to do that again. Sorry. So that being said, so those are my INTJs. And then I just wanted to give one INFJ from I guess it's like a fantasy land, or a story. And it's definitely Elsa from Frozen. And I didn't really like watch Frozen the first time. I thought it was really kiddie when I watched it, but it was actually really sad and really deep. Basically in Frozen, Elsa is this little girl, and she has a special power where she can cast magic. She's a witch. She can make ice and conjure up ice and do all this stuff, and so she goes sees a sage, and the sage basically says, no one will understand this. Human beings will not understand this. You better make sure to hide all this. And it was terrible. Her parents died right away, as in the beginning, and then she has to hide her entire special powers for 10 years or something. And she grows up to being a teenager. And she has to stay in a room and stay away from her sister the entire time, and she has to complete. And that's exactly how I feel. I feel like I had to hide this power inside of me. I feel like I had to hide this thing that nobody will understand. This introverted intuition, this knowing things, this special power, and she hides and hides and hides, and then she releases it. And she releases it in a negative way because she's been treated badly her whole life, be expected to be misunderstood. People are not going to like you, and she can't control it. So she this is extroverted feeling at work. This is why we're INFJs. Is she's really nervous, and she holds something, and the ice comes out, and she cannot control it. It's very interesting. And so once people find out, then they all call her, she's a witch, she's a witch. She flips out, and she fucking has the power of all that anger, all that pent up rage. Makes all the ice and destroys basically the whole city and the whole town. She freezes the lakes, and all the ships get messed. The power is there. She turns the entire area to a frozen land in a negative way. Don't make INFJs and INTJs pissed off. We will fuck shit up. I promise. So, that's just one thing. If you don't understand, the negative consequences are dire. So she goes, and then she sings Let It Go, and it's I cry every time, because I'm like, this is my life. I have to come out in that way, I'm this crazy person, and no one understands me, but I don't care what they're gonna say. I don't care. And it's just an awesome, complete down the line illustration of what INFJ is. Elsa, I believe. Even if you only have an hour and a half a movie to watch it, I think she's very, very. I see a lot of myself in her, and I see how misunderstood I can be and all that stuff. So it's just very interesting. Okay, and so the whole point is, she was treated badly. A lot of INFJs and INTJs get treated badly. If we get put into a negative temperament, we can turn into evil supervillains. We can become just very upset people, and we have a big power. And if you really want things to be good, you try to listen, try to understand an INFJ or INTJ, how complicated they are. Because if you don't understand them, the consequences could be dire.